All right, a real short video just to answer a question I got on StockTwits about my RADA trade today, because we had this on watch, and this is what it looked like going into today. This thing made this crazy move from $1.50 all the way to almost $6.50, and now it's down like 5-6 days in a row down to the 20 days. So we had this on bounce watch. I was looking for a bounce today, and if I add today's candle in, you can see that it did bounce, although it's all the way kind of back down near where it bounced from. But as a day trader, that doesn't really matter. And let me switch to intraday to show you what we did in the chat room. Okay, one of our members actually, we all had this on watch, and I had it on a chart, but one of our members kind of alerted the room that, hey, RADA is getting volume, and you can see it on that 5-minute candle right there. And the play on this was a bounce play, a break of its early high. Okay, so I wanted it, if it broke the high of the day after that many days down at the 20-day, I thought this might get some passion after that crazy move. But since it put in a lower high this morning on 5-minute basis, and the volume was coming in, I simply called it over this lower high at 275. I keep thinking the stop was probably 265, something like that, maybe 268, I can't remember now. Very tight stop though. And 275, which is basically where these sellers came in. These sellers fail. If it gets here, I'm sure it's going to push through the high of the day and maybe get that big pop we were looking for. So that was the call, 275, and look what happens. All of a sudden, 500,000 shares in 5 minutes. People started seeing that lighten up the new highs ticker, and the next 5 minutes rips through 3 and actually went to 310. Now that, if you're a day trader, you understand there's a lot of money to be made on that spike. So we got in right here, and we're scaling out all the way up. And again, I think the person who asked the question is in from somewhere up here. In from 567. So again, a trading lesson there is, anytime you buy something after this kind of a move, you're chasing, and it's very, very dangerous. So what we try to do is, find setups like this one, and then play it on an intraday basis, and then go back to cash at every night like we like to do. So this was a really nice opportunity. And the other one that I alluded to on my StockTwits tweet was TKMR, and called this one basically right over this. You had the high, the lower high, and over today's high, by the way, was kind of a chart break on the daily chart. So that is the reason. Again, stacked catalyst is what we call it. You had a lower high here. My thinking was, if we break this lower high, in other words, if it triggers right up about here, we're probably going to rip through the high of the day and break out on the daily, and that's exactly what happened. So I believe I called this one at 20.55 with a 20.35 stop. And as it triggered, ripped right through the high of the day. Again, 500,000 shares in 5 minutes, and we were in right before that. And this thing went up about $1 from our call. So there's the intraday and daily kind of setups that we look for in chat, and that's the reason why we were able to celebrate RADA instead of hoping, holding and hoping. You never really want to chase anything, guys. So again, I always hate to see people lose money, but in short. And most people know this, but newer traders don't. In short, anytime you're buying something that's got a candle this long compared to all of its other candles, and you're buying up, that's just dangerous. It's very, very dangerous, and you're setting yourself up. So, in my opinion, you should use intraday or daily charts and then intraday setups and trade that way. It's much better than getting stuck in something, and we've all been there.